Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kevin Strange. I am a cartoonist, novelist, and independent filmmaker, and I am here today to share my love of comic books with you. And I am joined by my buddy, Dr. Ben. Hello, Dr. Ben.
What's going on, Kevin? It's
And we are
another.
joined. We are joined as always by the. We are watched over by the spirit of Joyce Brabner, looking
Yes.
down disapprovingly at all these comic books and saying to herself, "Boy, they could really use some anatomy classes."
Um, Joyce.
we gotta show, we gotta show off the Joyce Brabner duck.
Joyce Browner as a goose. She hates you. Neck tats.
Today we're here to look at Frank Miller's. I was about to say Dark Knight Rises. We're about to Dark Knight Rises is a movie.
Yeah.
Whew, we're already off to a great start here. We're looking at Frank Miller's Batman Year One with art by David Mazzucchelli, and Dr. Ben's got some more Mazzucchelli over there. But before we jump into that, you can get books by me and Dr. Ben. We are both cartoonists. We both make comic books, and you can follow Dr. Ben's YouTube channel down below in the description to find all his goodies there, and you can follow me. Link in the description to my Patreon page for only $2.99 a month. You get access to all of my comic books, novels, and feature films, including comic books like, for example, The Wizard of Ganj, available now. Book 1, The Origin of Nixon and Hogan's Colombian Smokeweed, and as well as Too Many Dabs, the story of Frankie, who challenges Nixon and Hogan to a dab smoking contest and gets himself so high he blasts himself into the stratosphere and talks to Nixon and Hogan as machine elves.
A problem we've all had. I mean,
a problem we've all faced. And Dr. Ben, what do you got going these days?
Of course, I've got all my regular comics that are, you can get on my Substack on drben.substack. You can get my Space Jam fan fiction. You can get Stanley's Tales of Terror. And I'm going to be putting up before the end of the month. It's still September, I believe. Well, I'm going to be at Erie Comic Con September 20th, 21st, and 22nd. This is just like the basic idea of the cover. Thankfully, I have found another comic that has almost the same cover I want to do, but different. You'll see.
So you could really just scratch out the Slayer part and just put Dr. Ben.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Just
take the cover off and then just scratch out.
Maybe
put your pages in.
Put it in front of the the couch. Yeah, this can work perfectly. Put this in front of the. This can be a lot easier than I thought. So, anyways, hopefully next week I'll have like the actual cover, but I'll have it by the end of September. By September 20th, the PDF will be up on the Substack. If you're in Erie, you can stop by and get a copy at the convention, or if you're at any of my local shops, Robot Zero, Geneva, Captain's Comics Toys, and in Kingsville, and I think that's the only places I take my comics right now. Oh, and Adams down in Rootstown. But that's what I'm saying. I'll have these. I'm going to figure out how to do. And it's going to be the whole point is it's going to kick off the Indiegogo. I'm going to have Indiegogo for the first issue. It's going to be a nice kind of 90s alternative black and white style comic of true crime, a goth satanic murder that there's a lot of interesting ups and downs in the story. So it's going to be that and my political commentary on the current activities in the current conflict in Gaza, West Bank, etc. Politics, I cover all the fun stuff, like one of my, this is my old book from My Fake Head. This was back in from 2016. One of my favorite questions was asking people about Danny Williams Clinton, Bill Clinton's alleged
half black son.
Yes, alleged unrecognized. How would you call someone illegitimate? He's never submitted to a paternity test.
There's also we're triggering a lot of viewers right now talking politics. There's also the claim that Chelsea Clinton isn't Bill's.
Is Webb Hubbell's daughter? Yes, that's true. Yeah. Who he was later mysteriously, some sort of mysterious death for Webb Hubbell.
He's part of the Clinton head count. Clinton hit count.
Yes,
we will be too if we keep talking about politics.
Yeah, I'm not here to promote one side or the other. I like to just make jokes about everyone.
There's a lot to politics is crazy. Politics is nuts. There's a lot to make fun of. There's a lot to explore.
Yeah,
the problem is that most people just can't palate it. They just flip out and get tribal. And we were talking about that earlier. I reluctantly reactivated my my Facebook page, and I've been promoting our videos in there. And people just get so fucking triggered so easily. They'll get triggered over my thought. They'll block me, Dr. Ben. I've been blocked by some jabroni because he didn't like the question in the thumbnail of one of our videos. It's like I can't. I mean, I just can't take it.
You can't.
People, grown men acting like babies.
I've always found that just questions is always the way to like break down something and to expose whether it's like legitimate or not. Because if something's like not legitimate and like you ask a question and it just immediately you start taking offense and getting angry. Why are you asking that question? What do you mean? Like that's an immediate red flag for me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if it's
you're not going to be able to have a normal discussion with somebody like that. Let's get into today's topic here.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about Batman Year One, the seminal. This is the book that Frank Miller was asked to write after Dark Knight Returns, after the success of Dark Knight Returns, but it's the origin story. So we're going to, and it's the first story in my leather bound. What did we call these pages? What do you gilded edged leather bound with a built-in nice bookmark here. Beat to hell, by the way. Yeah. It's not a good. My edition here isn't a good looking edition. It's got a lot of beat up. Right. But it was gifted to me in this condition. I would never mistreat a comic book, Dr. Ben. But we did, we are professionals here on the channel. And so we did a lot of prep for this particular episode in that Dr. Ben has never read it.
Exactly. I've seen it, and I was actually for a moment, I was part of a homage comic or a fan fiction version of this.
Okay.
But they just kind of quietly like removed me from the group because it was during my my coming out phase.
You asked about Bill Clinton's illegitimate son,
right.
Half black son. This is a real good collection. The end pages, I don't know if you can see that on screen.
Yeah,
very well, Dr. Ben. But you've got and I don't know who did. I don't know. I guess I can look at and see who did the. It's Longmeadow Press released it, but who actually did the production work on the? It's probably down here in these little tiny green, dark green letters that I can't read here. So fuck it. Who cares? They're good in pages.
Might have been before like the production people kind of became like more, I don't want to say like prominent, but like recognized that like that was when you have like a collection like this, you want to really, you need somebody who's like knows what they're doing to put the end papers so it looks nice.
I mean, it looks great. Look at it. I mean, this looks killer. I love this double page here with all the credits. And so we have there's an introduction by Richard Bruning. Then you got Batman Year One, written by Frank Miller, illustrated by David Mazzucchelli, and colored by Richmond Lewis, with letters by Todd Klein. And then we got some notes from Frank Miller. Then we have Wanted, Santa Claus, Dead or Alive, written by Denny O'Neil, illustrated by Frank Miller and Steve Mitchell, with colors by Richmond Lewis and letters by Ben Oda. We'll tackle that around Christmas.
Okay. Okay.
And then we have Mark of the Batman by Alan Moore, which is, I think, an essay back here. I think it is a
essay.
Huh. It's this right here.
Okay.
I don't know if this. I don't think this is fiction.
It says,
as anyone involved in fiction and its crafting over the past 15 years or so, will be delighted to tell you, heroes are starting to become rather a problem. They aren't what they used to be, or rather they are, and therein lies the heart of the difficulty. And we could read that whole thing at some other time, but that's I guess, an essay over, the deconstructionist era of superheroes, which Alan Moore, Frank Miller, Grant Morrison, name some more writers that
Alan
came on.
Grant,
they came in the 80s and really
Keith Milligan,
cleaned house and deconstructed the superhero. And I think, this book right here, Dark Knight Returns, is considered Rick Veitch
with the Brat Pack and the Max Immortal, and there was another name he had for that. Maybe that was it. Just Brat Pack and the Max Immortal, I think.
Dark Knight Returns. Is it Dark Knight Returns or is it Watchmen that are considered the book that really kicked off? Like they sold really well, and they kind of there was like a sea change where it was like, okay, everybody do this dark style of serious deconstructionist superheroes are the bad guy, or we're looking at the sort of flaws on the dark side of superheroes. Like, was Dark Knight Returns in response to Watchmen, or was Watchmen in response? Watchmen was in response to Dark Knight Returns, wasn't it?
I thought they were about at the same time. What time does it say? Let me look up and see when Watchmen was printed.
Returns is, I think, 86. There's one thing about this is a great collection, but it doesn't have a lot of information. Like, once you get to the Dark Knight here, you don't really it doesn't give you any more breakdowns than you get on this page here. As far as like years published.
86.
Yeah, Dark Knight Returns was 86. It says right here in the little green print.
Yeah, so they both basically came out about the same time, and people were just like, "Oh man, this is." But because before he did Dark Knight, he was doing Daredevil.
He did Daredevil Born Again, which is also considered, maybe you could say that. Maybe Daredevil Born Again was actually the sort of turning point, because that reinvigorated sales for Daredevil, right? Daredevil sales were in the tank, and Frank Miller came in with Born Again and really bolstered Daredevil back up, right? And then he got hired over here to kind of do the same for Batman. Then we could walk this back to the beginning of time when cavemen were bashing women over the head with giant big boners out, which you'll get that reference in a few minutes, gang. But let's go ahead and get into, what we're going to do first of all is we're going to Google some David Mazzucchelli art, right? We're going to take a look at this beautiful Gotham. The train is coming into Gotham, and it's got, some really, really cool architecture here, real gritty. The coloring here was purposefully done in a real muted tone to make Gotham seem just dreary and dark and seedy. And you've got this story. Frank Miller wrote this story expertly in that it's got Gordon on the train, and Commissioner Gordon is Sergeant Gordon at this time. This is a prequel.
Right.
This is pre-Batman. So Gordon's coming into town. He's taking a job as a. I'm hearing myself in the headphones. Do you have headphones on?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why I'm hearing feedback. So Gordon's he's coming into Gotham. He's taking a job in Gotham, and all his dialogue here. And we'll go back and read this. We're just kind of oogling the art right now, but his dialogue is all glad Barbara's coming in on the plane. She doesn't need to see this grime on the train. You know, this is all the ground level. All she'll see from the top is like concrete grass. And then you've got Bruce Wayne in the plane, like, this is no way to travel. I should be down on the ground level with the regular people. Like, this is no way to experience Gotham. And it's this great duality of these. Bruce is coming back to Gotham after 12 years abroad doing his. It doesn't go into what he's doing here, but in other incarnations of Batman, we know that he goes, like in Batman Begins, the movie, he goes and trains with Ra's al Ghul, and becomes a ninja in his clan. And I'm not sure if that's canon, like if they use that is his canon backstory, that he went and trained with Ra's al Ghul in the comics, or if they just did that for that movie. But I know that he has a kid with Ra's al Ghul's daughter. What's her name?
Talia.
Talia al Ghul. And then what's the little kid's name?
It's Damian.
Damian, yeah. Damian al Ghul.
No,
And so that's all. Oh, is it Damian Wayne? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever had him. Because that was like it, and that was like a good series too. Like that was Grant Morrison and what, like I think like the Kuberts or something, Kubert brothers, or one of them or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
So I really like these.
Yeah,
I really like these muted colors with this, and this is basically the story of, you know, Gordon is kind of learning real quickly that all the cops in Gotham are dirty, including the current commissioner, which I believe this is this is the current commissioner, and then this is Harvey Dent. He's working with Harvey Dent there, and then you get this big ass motherfucker named what is his name? I just had it. I was just talking to you about it off screen there. What in the world?
Wait, which guy are you pointing at?
This big motherfucker. See, he's beating up these dudes here and throwing them in trash cans and shit. And he's like,
it's like Belloc or something.
It is no, it's not Harvey Bullock.
It's close.
Doesn't matter. We'll get to it when we get to it.
It would be Harvey Bullock then.
As you can see, there's just hardly any. There's like no primary colors in this at all. It's all muted reds here, and then we come over here, and it's just like these grays and blues with these like real like fleshy toned like pink backgrounds. We just got really cool. I mean, this is some really cool Mazzucchelli, gritty noir style, like cops and robbers, detective art. We got these dirty cops that jump Commissioner Gordon and beat him with bats. But we're getting pretty far in. We're going to go back and we're going to read the first few pages, and then we'll finish up talking about year one. But we want to look at some more Mazzucchelli. You've got some Mazzucchelli over here that's going to be quite surprising, isn't it? I haven't had a single text all day, and my phone's just blowing up now that we're over there.
Now it's on. Yeah, I had found this. This is the only thing I'd had up until just like a week ago. I got these drawn in quarterlies. The only thing I'd had was this Daredevil that I got like a year or two ago. And this is Denny O'Neil and David Mazzucchelli with David Buladani and Pat Redding doing the inks. So, I mean, that's colors, Christy Steele. So, I mean, that's the thing, too, is like it's in that year one book, it's him doing all the inks and stuff, right? Like you have so much more kind of like expression when you're penciling and inking your own, you know, otherwise you're like, are you penciling? You know what I'm saying? You're not penciling and being like, putting in all these little feathered, feathered ink marks and feathered shadows and stuff with pencils. You might give like a hint of like where they are.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, it runs a gamut. Some people are really heavy pencilers, and the inker is literally just a tracer. I'm not a fucking tracer.
Not a fucking tracer. I didn't know this before. The entire world now knows Alison Blair's secret. She's a mutie. She's a mutie.
No.
There's a character that I see every now and then. Not by a character, I mean a person who's always complaining about cosplayers who dress up as the mutant haters in the X-Men comics, right? Like they dress up as like the mutant Liberation Front or whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever that. The congressman, you know what I mean? Like there's a couple different like prominent anti-mutant figures in comics.
Is there anything more? Is there a place on Earth that translates the insanity of the internet down into meat space like a comic book convention? I think that it's like the internet come to life. Because comic conventions, it's always been nerdy. It's always been dorky people that go and, share their love of this this hobby. But in the last decade, it's like you walk into a Comic-Con and there's like 2 giant fucking posters of all the rules you have to follow to not offend all the fucking like crazy internet people that show up and expect you to act exactly like you act on the internet in real life, in person, which is insane. And they've completely ruined the convention experience. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so that's him being inked by someone else, and then this is Drawn and Quarterly. This is him doing the cover.
Dr. Ben totally no-sold that convention rant. Had no comment.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I
read that copy on the New York Comic Book Convention from August 25th and 26th of 1992 or something.
Oh, this is 1984. Yeah, look at Mario Brothers.
So read how they sell a comic convention to you in 1984.
Attention, true believers. On August 25th and 26th, you are invited to attend the annual New York Creation Comic Book Convention, the Omni Park Central Hotel. Meet famous Marvel Comics artists, writers, and editors.
So we all want to meet the editors of comic books, right?
Learn what it takes to make it in the comics business. Buy, sell, and trade tons of old and new Marvels. There's films, auctions, art and costume contests, free gifts, and much, much more. It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day, and tickets are on sale now at all Ticketron locations for $9 daily.
Oh my God.
That's $9. 1980. That's like $100 in 1984 money. That's the fuck. That's a lot. Maybe that's what it is like the conventions were aimed at the deep pockets. Get in here. But yeah, it's definitely, it doesn't name any of the people though. Like any of the artists.
Yeah, who's actually going to be there?
You know, I know in a couple of years
we could certainly look it up, but let's not do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, you had all the stuff like with different people being blocked from conventions, canceled, but with, since we're talking about Frank Miller being canceled from comic book conventions, like the guy's 100 years old, and like, all respect to Frank Miller, but I mean, he doesn't look full of vim and vigor.
He definitely looks he looks like your uncle that's not going to make it to next Thanksgiving.
Right, he looks weathered.
Everybody get a picture with Uncle Frankie. He might not be here next Thanksgiving.
And I mean, like I said, like I'm obviously I love Frank Miller. I want to go over like his new Ronin book too sometimes because
Let's put it this way.
it's fantastic.
Joyce
But,
Rappner is very eager to talk to Frank Miller about anatomy lessons.
Yeah, she's got some strong words for old Frank there. But yeah, it's this must have been. Let's see if this is issue 212.
That's pre.
That's after years. Frank, because this is Daredevil 186, and this is Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. So that's what I'm saying. He's been.
Yeah, that's the team that's. We'll look at that. We'll look more at that. Does he do is it him writing and Jansen on
pencils and inks?
Pencils and inks.
And colorist.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Well, let's tuck that away, and we'll talk more about that one when we do an episode on Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, this is what's interesting to me.
Yeah, let me show you these other like David Mazzucchelli, because this is from about the same time, 1990. Well, no, this is later. Actually, this is 94, so this is way later. But it's like he's like kind of, I don't want to say like regressed, but he's gotten more like angular or more almost like simplistic or more just whittled down or something. This is all, just black and white. This is him doing all. I would assume him doing the letters and stuff too.
Yeah, it's a way different style. I like it a lot. I was talking to you about, we're going to do, God damn it, I forgot the name of that again. What's the third Batman book we're going to talk about?
Strikes Again. Dark Knight Strikes Again.
Dark Knight Strikes Again.
The best one. The best
You have, it's just Frank Miller solo on the inks, and then his woman coloring him, and the color really sucks on it. And it really like gives it really, I think it ruins his art. We'll get to that. We're going to do a whole episode on it, but it's like this Mazzucchelli black and white. I don't think this needs color. I think if Frank Miller's woman were to get her hands on this, she'd make this look like crap.
One thing I noticed, it doesn't have any like in betweens. Like it's just black or white. There's no grays. There's there's no screen tones. There's no grays.
And this is how I work when I do black and white. I don't do tones or screens. But I think on my next book, I'm going to experiment with screen tone, because you can very easily in the program that I use to make comics, you can add screen tone very easily. So I think I'm going to experiment with that, because that's what mangaka, they do digital screen tone now.
Well, you can get the same or a very similar effect from doing like cross hatching, right? Yeah. You can do.
But there's no cross hatching, or I guess a little bit there. There's some.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hatching up there a little bit in the middle section of the way he's doing the walls. That's not necessarily.
I think that's the paneling or something. I think that's
it's supposed to be paneling. It's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to designate shadows. It's supposed to
stripes.
I don't know. That door. That's supposed to be light hitting the doorway, right?
It's got like a Tim Burton room.
Yeah. No, sure.
Yeah, that's the light coming off of there.
Yeah.
Shining. It's like dark in there, I would think. But even though it does, that's what I'm saying. It's there's just like no in betweens. It's just straight black or straight white, and there's no. You said no screen tones, no. Because I think all of that is supposed to be, like I said, either paneling or like lines in the background material.
And color me a liar, because that color stuff on the right-hand page, that stuff looks just fine. But that's probably Mazzucchelli coloring himself, isn't it?
No, this is Eric Drucker.
Okay.
Eric Drucker. Yeah, and then the rest is just other people. Louis Lustel and Fromental. Wait, the Ghost of Whitechapel. I haven't even looked at this. What? I have to read that because, as you know, I'm a big. Been going crazy getting Jack the Ripper books lately.
Yeah, and there you go. You had one in your hand the entire time and didn't know it.
Didn't even know it. There's a. Did I tell you that when I was going through that Hellraiser book that there's like a Jack the Ripper story in there?
That's cool.
Yeah,
We're going to cover that during Monster Month coming up in October.
it's
All right.
by Bill Reinhold, who's like my favorite Punisher artist when he did all the good issues of Punisher.
All right. That'll be fun to look at. Let's go ahead and finish up.
Yeah. Get back to your. Oh, let me show you that one that's in here.
Oh,
just for that other that.
I hit the wrong button. Let me hit the right button. There you go.
This other one. This is Seth doing the cover for Drawn and Quarterly. Seth is also the artist on that Mr. X.
Oh yeah, this is the book. This is the book with the cavemen with giant dicks. The cavemen with giant dicks that beat this poor caveman to death there on the bottom panel.
Brief history of civilization. Jeez, look, a woman. Fuck her. She's complaining. Let's beat her.
David Mazzucchelli. David Mazzucchelli, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I love it.
She's going to tell. Oh, Jesus. And they burned down a town? Oh, my God. That's kind of went south really fast there.
Yeah, that's the brief history of civilization. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say by this?
Oh, okay. So they find the women, they rape her, they kill her, then they burn down, they burn her.
That's the brief history of civilization. That's
okay. I like it. That's kind of like is that like a black pill thing? A doomer, doom and gloomer outlook.
Yeah, male feminist doomer. trying to impress some broad. I hope she sucked your dick, Dave. I hope she was real impressed by that. Let's get back in. Let's get back into the Batman Year One here. So we got, as I said, I set us all up here, but I want to read the dialogue from a few pages, and then we'll get out of here and we'll go do some more Batman books. But yeah, we have Gotham City. This is all in Gordon's Head. The yellow is in Gordon's Head, and then I really hate the font on Bruce's.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that.
It's written like a cursive in a journal. Very difficult to read. But having said that, Gotham City. Maybe it's all I deserve now. Maybe it's just my time in hell. 12 hours. My stomach's been trying to eat itself for the last 5. Barbara's flying in. I don't care how much it costs. Train's no way to come to Gotham. In an airplane from above, all you'd see are the streets and buildings, fool you into thinking it's civilized. Beginning our final descent to Gotham City, please return seats and trays to their upright positions. From here, it's clean shafts of concrete and snowy rooftops. The work of men who died generations ago. From here, it looks like an achievement. I should have taken the train. I should be closer. I should see the enemy. I'm just trying to get the
train.
I'm trying to get the, because these guys are both like depressed Frank Miller characters. So I'm trying to you got to have the cadence. You got to have the cadence.
I don't think Bruce Wayne is so much depressed as rational. He's like, I should have taken the train.
He's determined. He's determined to fight crime here in Gotham. By now, Barbara's gotten her tests back. I only hate myself a little for hoping they came out negative. This is no place to raise a family. Nice book for a small donation. No, please. Gordon, Lieutenant James Gordon. Nice book. Look at the pictures. Gah! Walk, skinhead. Name's Flass, Lieutenant. Detective Flass. Commissioner Loeb sent me to make sure you didn't miss your appointment with him. Hope you don't mind if I call you Jimmy. Nice colors. Welcome to Gotham, Jimmy. It's not as bad as it looks, especially if you're a cop. Cops got it made in Gotham. Welcome home, Mr. Wayne. How's it feel to be back? Princess Carolyn. Any plans, Mr. Wayne? Any truth to the rumors? The 25-year-old heir to the Wayne millions declined to comment on rumors of romance in his life or on his plans to return to Gotham after 12 years abroad. We'll keep you posted on Gotham's richest and best-looking native son. Tom?
Oh.
Thank you, Jackie. Following the disappearance of a key witness, Assistant District Attorney Harvey Dent has withdrawn conspiracy charges against Police Commissioner Loeb. And then we could go on and on. I mean, this is like dense dialogue all throughout this, but we're gonna skip forward. I told you this floss, is that what it was? Flass, Flass. So this Flass character, he comes walking up, just starts beating the shit out of these guys in front of Gordon, and Gordon's like, I keep talking to myself. This time I say, you'd better know your facts before you bring another cop down, especially in public. That's this down here. Flass has had Green Beret training, I can tell, and he knows how to use his size. I watch, and I don't do a damn thing, and I memorize every move. Look at this fucking intense look on Gordon's face. He says, for future reference. And we'll skip ahead a little bit. They're hanging out.
See that?
Doing their cop shit. Look at this shot of Gordon's side eye. Look at this side eye of Gordon down here. He's like, yeah, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. You're gonna get yours. And we got Bruce training up here. Did you had comment?
Oh, well, just, him watching him and like memorizing all his moves. That's, that's why I watch that Ethan's channel.
Gotta memorize
all his moves.
Gotta memorize all the moves.
I gotta
and
get
so
ready.
Then, so this Flass guy, he kind of figures out that Gordon's not going to play ball, and so he sends these cops, these dirty cops down here, and they say, "Gonna be late. May have to skip the whole night." Well, it says, "Going to work, Lieutenant. Gonna be late. May have to skip the whole night." And then they start beating on him with baseball bats. He says, "Old trick, talking to distract me. Guarantees an attack from behind. Should have checked my military record. I was taught to handle worse than this. But then it's been a while." Smash! He gets hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat. "Somewhere in the middle of it, they tell me it's just a warning. They remind me that I've got a pregnant wife. Toward the end, I hear a familiar chuckle. It's Flass."
Yeah,
All
so
right.
they're not like wailing on him.
No, just giving him a what
Pushing
for.
around.
Just letting him know he's got a pregnant wife, so he better get in line, get corrupt like the rest of them. And then we get Bruce comes out here, and Bruce is going to fight a little bit of crime himself. He's kicking ass. Selena Kyle's part of this, by the way.
Yeah.
I think this is Selena Kyle right here. And
Yeah.
she's like so inspired by Batman kicking everybody's ass that she finally decides she's going to become Catwoman. Somehow that works, but that's in a later.
That's what I do remember is I did not like her hair. Her
I
hair
swear to God, people will not quit calling me and texting me.
that was a police siren.
Yeah. So
So
then
is she supposed to have? Go back for a page. Is she supposed to have like a pixie cut? Is that what that's supposed to be, or is that supposed to be like a?
it's just like short black hair.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't. It's like it to me that doesn't like match her. Like it should.
No,
It should have like that. You know how like
it should be
like how
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Bruce
She should be
hair is.
she should have blonde curly hair and be a fucking the hottest Catwoman ever.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. Like it should have like those some little curls or something. But that just
No.
looks like
It's a dude cut.
yeah, like a pencil head or something.
They call that the dyke haircut. Can you say that on YouTube?
Like in a river, a dike in a river is where it plugs up the river.
That's why they call it that. So, blam, blam. Bruce Wayne gets fucking almost shot to death here. Hey, he didn't move, man. He was going to hit an artery, losing blood. Get up before they needs a doctor. Maybe after he's booked. No, can't let them. Can't. Any cash? Couple bucks, no ID. Look, man, he's bleeding all over the seat. We got to take him to the hospital. You look, boy. I've run in a thousand like him. I've run into, I think is what it's supposed to. I've run in 1,000 like him. Oh, run in, like run him into the fucking cop shop.
Like him,
I've run in 1,000 like him. Drifters, who needs him? If he dies, you too. Stop the car. Get out. What the hell? Don't mind him. Don't mind him, boy. Probably hopped up on something fast, you know. I warned you. Oh my God, So Bruce somehow breaks the handcuffs, crashes the car, smashes the police car, and gets out. It's all fiery and burning. Let's see what he has to say here. Fine. Only takes seconds to reach the gas tank. Or fire. I hate this fucking cursive. Fire. Only takes a second to reach the gas tank. Sirens. More police. Tank will be here before the tank will go before they get here. These men, they probably have families. Smoke from the blazing police cruiser can be seen for blocks. The two officers were found unconscious 30 feet away. So, Bruce saved him because he's Batman. He don't kill people.
Right.
So you see him, he gets into this Porsche and he's just barely alive. Blood all over the place. He gets in. Commissioner's all beat up. Barely. Or I keep calling him Commissioner. Gordon. Sergeant Gordon is all beat up. He took one of the baseball bats and he's driving. Bruce and him pass in their cars, and as Gordon rolls up to where all those dirty cops that beat him up are here playing cards.
Nice. I like
Dodging.
That. Good house.
You like that house?
Yeah, that is.
Looks like a 3D asset to me. Dodging the Porsche gives me enough adrenaline to make the drive to Bay Ridge. The bruises are starting to form on my spine feels fused when Wilson says goodbye to the guys. Of course, Wilson's the first to leave. Doesn't want to make his wife stay up too late waiting for him. And he's still got his girlfriend to go see. 20 minutes later, Stanson stumbles out, hunched over like he's lost his life savings. Then Rennie. I let them both go home. This is my favorite part right here. Finally, Flass. He staggers to his station wagon and gets in. It only takes him 2 tries. I hear his engine start and watch him pull out. He almost flattens the mailbox before he remembers to turn his lights on. I keep mine off and follow. I haven't seen a house in 3 minutes when I pull up beside him and jerk the wheel. He's 10 miles over the speed limit. Not fast enough to kill him when he hits the tree. I show him my gun. He says my name and drops his. He's big. Green Beret training. It's been 15 years since I had to take out a Green Beret. Even so, he deserves a handicap. And he throws the baseball bat down too. And now Gordon's going to go hand to hand with this 7-foot-tall monster. Yeah. I don't crack his skull. I don't crush his larynx. I don't break his ribs or punch my hand through his chest. Is Gordon punching hands through chests? You see this nice boot to the face here? I do just enough to keep him out of the hospital. I toss his gun in the woods. It should be rusty by morning. I take his clothes off and leave him in his own cuffs by the side of the road. He'll never report it, not Flass. He'll make up some story that involves at least 10 attackers and never admit I did it. But he'll know, and he'll stay away from Barbara. Thanks, Flass. You've shown me what it takes to be a cop in Gotham City. Now that's a Gordon fucking intro. That's a great origin story for fucking Gordon, man. Make him a bad motherfucker. And so then we get Bruce Wayne, and he crashes the Porsche, comes stumbling in half dead. How, Father? How do I do it? What do I use to make them afraid? I'm using the Gordon voice again. Let me go back. How, Father? How do I do it? What do I use to make them afraid? If I ring this bell, Alfred will come. He can stop the bleeding in time. Another of your gifts to me, Father. I have wealth. The family manor rests above a huge cave that will be the perfect headquarters. Even a butler with training in combat medicine. Yes, Father. I have everything. but patience. I'd rather die than wait another hour. I've waited 18 years. 18 years since Zorro. The mask of Zorro. Since the walk that night. And the man with the frightened, I can't read that, the frightened hollow eyes. And a voice like glass being crushed. And then boom! Shoots. Oh, he's got dual guns. Or no, there's a panel break there.
Yeah.
He shoots dad, he shoots mom. Since left my life. Oh, that's off screen. Sorry. Look at his eyes. Look at his dead eyes as a boy. Since left my life. Now he's.
I believe these are called blickies in modern parlance.
What does that mean?
A gun.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
A blicky.
I don't listen to black people music, so I don't know what that means. Without warning, it comes. Bat smashes through the window. Crashing through the window. Crashing through the window of your study and mine. I've seen it before somewhere. It frightened me as a boy. Frightened me. Yes, Father. I shall become a bat. And he slams down the bell. And that's the end of part one. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Then there's like another issue or whatever.
Yeah, this is where we get into part two.
Okay.
Chapter 2. War is declared, and this is where he's going to actually try to, put on the bat suit. Gordon's doing his thing. See, here he is as Batman for the first time. Here's the first shot of him as Batman. We're not going to get into issue 2. We're going to leave it at issue 1. Dr. Ben, final thoughts on Batman Year One.
I think that's a good idea. I like that.
The seminal prequel by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli.
He's turning into a robot, folks.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
You might need to clean that up. Everything got all roboting there for a second. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I like him. I think it's just very interesting. Like he's got such a almost like an impressionistic style or something. It's almost
Mazzucchelli.
Yeah, the way his art was, like I wouldn't. It's in here. It seems like where it's like with someone else, where it's like with him with someone else. It seems like it's more traditional, like superhero looking. But like by himself, it's like it's such a departure. It's got that weird noir. It looks like the way the Drawn and Quarterly thing is. It's like a weird mixture of these two. I find it, I think it's interesting. Like it's a neat style. Like I said, like I'm new to reading any of his stuff. I haven't read that Year One book. And this is literally all of the Mazzucchelli stuff I have. So I don't know, like, yeah, and he did some kind of other book too, didn't he? Like Rubber Blanket or something.
I'm not familiar with that. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe he's done other, because these Drawn and Quarterly things are definitely, like we saw, they're kind of like noir almost, or like crime stories, or just dramas, or non-traditional crime stories. Maybe, I don't know. Like non-traditional. They're not superhero stuff. That's how I find it interesting. Like it's like I was saying earlier. I would look at this and I wouldn't think like, man, this guy was probably doing one of the most well-regarded Batman books in Batman Year One. Because I mean that's the thing too, is like I know, like I've seen tons of people always talking about it and praising it, and I find actually like kind of turns me off of works a lot of times if like too many people are like going on about how great something is. I'll just be like, yeah, okay,
Well, what's your impression of it now? I just read the whole fucking thing to you.
It sucks.
Worse than I thought. Worse than I expected.
No, it's I like his art, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Like it's beautiful art. Like I really see in the like I said, him doing I wonder if this is like him maybe doing more of all the cover maybe by himself or something, because that's what I'm saying. When he's doing it more himself, I like that because it is like I said, such a departure from that house style or whatever. Yeah, I would I think what I'd want to see with the Batman Year One is I would want to see like a version without the colors. Like I like the colors, but I think I would want to see like an artist edition or something to see that, because honestly, like I like Batman and everything, but like I can't think about like Batman stories. You know what I mean? Like people are like telling me like the lore and like
I just told it all to you.
yeah, I couldn't remember any.
That's
The only thing I remember thinking, what if they didn't keep baby Batgirl? What if Barbara Gordon was would the spirit of Batgirl still have appeared if they had just decided not to keep the young Gordon child? How would Batgirl still appear? Is she
I like that.
Yeah, that one is
Cover insert for
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that I don't like the colors. Like the colors are perfect for it. Like definitely, like if this is what I was doing, I would be super happy with that. Like it all looks like fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like it.
We're going home. That's
Me
enough. We've done an hour on Year One. Let's get out of here. Again, we are comic book makers ourselves. I have Wizard of Ganj, Too Many Dabs, as well as many other comics, novels, and feature films available at my Patreon in the link below. Only $2.99 a month gets you access to everything that I've done, including I'm about to release my next comic book, which is called Count Kefula, aka Dracula in Strangeville, a perfect Halloween story for you. That releases on October 1st, if I can get it done. In time. I only have like 5 pages left to finish. That's Count Kefula,
aka Dracula.
aka Dracula.
Is it actually Dracula?
Yes.
Is Dracula Vlad T-Pace? Is that what his name is?
Yeah, it's just his street name is Count Kefula. When he's in the
hood, so he's like
when he's down in the hood, he's like, I'm Count Kefula, motherfucker. And then by the end of the book, he's like, I'm Dracula, you idiots. You can't fucking kill me.
If he drinks the blood of somebody that has been hitting the keef, does that make a difference? Well, or other substances?
It's Dracula, dude. He's stoned all day. He's already stoned. I have a friend, she's always telling me, like, I don't take edibles because I'm stoned all the time anyway. I take edibles and I forget I took them and I still smoke weed. It's like, he was stoned anyway. He drinks the blood of somebody that's stoned. Is it going to get him stoned? He's already stoned.
Okay.
That's Count Kefula, motherfucker. Anyway, that's what I have.
Look into, was that White Wolf that does the Vampire the Masquerade?
Vampire the Masquerade. Yeah, this is a Vampire the Masquerade fan fiction. What do you have for sale?
So I've got drben.substack.com. I'm releasing slowly but surely releasing pages of my current story, Let Us Get. This is the first episode. Of course, involves my favorite character, Stanley J. Wabbit, who is essentially he's the same. Oh, that's not even the right one. That's him. It's the same character I've been using, like to tell like just different goofy stories. My idea is that he lives in a fictional comic shop that exists in the the World of Dreams, something like how there's that the Dream Time in the Outback, or if you've read Sandman. A lot of people like that Neil Gaiman series, Sandman.
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman. Yeah, a lot of people like his Sandman series set in the World of Dreams. So something like that. Imagine a comic shop. And in the comic shop is different people that staff it. One of them would be Stanley. When he's not on duty or when he's not staffing it, you get Van Piglet, a.k.a. Connie Dates, another worker. They have to wear French maid outfits in the comic shop for some reason. And, But anyways, he shows up. I use him for all sorts of different things. Him and... it's a little bit of auto bio. That's myself there. I got to finish these pages. I got to put my items on my shirts and whatnot. There's been a couple of different things I've had to put this. Nah, I'm slow getting my inking done. You know what I mean? Like I'm just. But I'm gonna have the Ashcan version of this ready by September 20th. You can be able to download it, or if you see me at the Erie Comic Con, you can get a copy there, or we're trying to get it in different local shops, and then I'll have the Indiegogo launching to do the actual version. So, whole bunch of stuff. It's all just subscribe either to my channel on here. I changed my channel name to just Dr. Ben's Comics with the IX. If that might be easier, or drben.substack. Either way, once I'll be posting all the stuff on there, and
we'll get you the link in the description down there. You can click on his channel. He'll have links to the Substack. You can get all of Dr. Ben's books. You can get 3D assets for free.
Yeah, see, look at that.
drben.substack.
You just add that in, and it's like you have a whole other room. You know what I mean? You have a whole other part of your.
If you miss your deadline, if Dr. Ben misses his deadline for the September show, we'll just start calling him Dr. Dale Keown. All right, everybody, that's it for another episode, and we will see you at the Dollar Bin.
Keep digging. Keep digging.